Get this. This car is slower than a new Porsche 911. It has less grip on a racetrack. It costs 3 or 4 times more. And yet, it might just be the best driver's car on the planet. What if chasing specs has created cars that are amazing on paper but leave you feeling nothing? This is the story of the Porsche 911 as reimagined by Singer. It asks a pretty wild question. What if you have to give up some raw, unusable speed to get something way better? This is a story about balance, connection, and feel. It's about how slowing down just a little bit can actually lead to driving perfection. The art of the machine. Before we even think about turning the key, you have to get your head around the fact that a Singer is less of a car and more of an idea you can touch. It all starts with a Porsche 911 from the 964 generation, built between 1989 and 1994. From there, it goes through a total rebirth. The car is stripped down to its bare metal monocoque, which is just the beginning of over 4,000 hours of obsessive work. The company's mantra, famously spray painted on the wall by founder Rob Dickinson, is everything is important. And you feel that in every single part of the car. Take the bodywork. The old steel panels are gone, swapped out for featherlight carbon fiber to add stiffness and drop weight. It keeps that iconic 911 shape, but it's been tweaked and perfected. The lines are cleaner, the stance is meaner, and the details are almost overwhelming. That shiny trim around the windows? It's not chrome. It's nickel-plated, which has this warm, rich glow you just don't find on new cars. The fuel and oil filler caps, moved to the center of the hood and rear fender, are stunning little sculptures. They click open with the satisfying weight of a high-end mechanical watch. This isn't an assembly line, it's artistry. Then you open the door, and calling it an interior feels like an insult. It's a cockpit, a cabin, a custom suit made just for the owner. The most famous detail is the woven leather on the seats and doors. It's gorgeous, complex, and it actually holds you in place without the aggressive side bolsters of a modern sports car. Every car is a one-of-a-kind commission. One owner even had their seats patterned after a photo of a sunset, with a dozen different colors woven together. The classic 5-dial Porsche dashboard is still there, but it's been remade into a work of art. The tachometer, right in the center where it belongs, is like a piece of jewelry. The font, the needle, the color, every single choice was obsessed over. And that's when you start to understand the price. You're not just buying a restored car, you're commissioning an heirloom that happens to have an engine and 4 wheels. And you can see every single one of those 4,000 hours. The soul. Now for the heart of the beast. In the back, under a quilted leather engine bay that looks more like designer luggage than a place for mechanical parts, sits the air-cooled flat-6 engine. But it's not the one the car was born with. It's been completely rebuilt and enlarged to a 3.8-liter or a 4.0-liter by legends in the engine-building world. Specialists like Ed Pink Racing Engines, or for the insane DLS models, Williams Advanced Engineering. There's no plastic engine cover here, just a raw, honest-to-God display of intake trumpets, beautiful wiring, and custom parts. It's old-school cool mixed with modern racing tech. But the specs? 390 horsepower, 500 horsepower, whatever. They don't tell you a thing about its personality. To understand that, you have to do just one thing. Just listen. That is the sound of an air-cooled Porsche 911, but concentrated into its purest form. It's a symphony with 1,000 layers. The classic metallic rasp, the whine of the cooling fan, a deep, throaty intake growl that modern turbo engines can't copy. It's sharp, it's angry, and it feels alive. It screams all the way to its red line, and that sound gets right into your bones. This isn't just an engine, it's the car's voice. And now, it's time to let it sing. This is it. This is the moment where the whole philosophy just clicks. To really get what Singer is about, you have to understand what's wrong with most modern supercars. A new 911 GT3 or a McLaren is a mind-blowing machine. It's faster, more capable, and will pull more Gs than this car in every single test. And on a real road, that's its biggest problem. To feel anything in a modern supercar, you have to be driving at speeds that are completely irresponsible, even scary. You're always on edge, but not in a fun way. You're fighting the car, knowing you're only using a tiny fraction of what it can do. The experience is filtered through computers, The steering is numb, and the limits are so high you never get close to that place where the car feels like it's dancing with you. The car is giving a speech, not having a conversation. The singer is the cure. First thing you notice? The steering. It's alive. It kicks and squirms in your hands, telegraphing every single thing the front tires are doing. You feel the texture of the road, the curve of the pavement, the slightest hint of grip changing. It's so connected. It's almost shocking if all you've driven are modern cars with electric steering. That incredible feedback is no accident. It comes from a chassis that's been totally re engineered. The carbon fiber body makes the whole car way stiffer than the original 964. That rigid platform lets the suspension do its job perfectly. And the suspension itself is a fully adjustable setup from Öhlins, one of the biggest names in racing. They didn't just bolt on fancy parts. They reworked the whole suspension geometry to make the car turn in sharper and handle bumps with a smoothness that is just unreal. It flows down the road instead of beating it into submission. The pedals are perfectly set up for heel and toe downshifts, and the 6-speed manual gearbox clicks into place with a mechanical satisfaction that makes every single shift feel like an event. You find yourself changing gears just for the fun of it, not because you have to. This car doesn't hide the mechanics from you, it pulls you right into them. And here's the whole argument. Because the Singer isn't crazy powerful, you can actually use it. You can wind it out to its 9,000 RPM redline in second and third gear without breaking the law. You can feel the car's weight shift as you brake into a corner. You can feel the rear tires fight for grip as you power out. You can drive it hard at 7 or 8 tenths and feel like you're part of a beautiful, complicated dance. And that feeling is infinitely more fun and more rewarding than driving a 1,000 horsepower hypercar at 30% of its limit. It's constantly talking to you. It tells you the front is about to lose grip, not with a light on the dash, but through the steering wheel. It tells you the rear is about to slide, not by cutting the power, but with a tiny shift you feel in your seat. It's an analog conversation in a digital world. It doesn't just let you drive, it makes you a better driver. The verdict. So, no, a Porsche 911 reimagined by Singer is not going to win a drag race against a new supercar. It won't set a faster lap time. It's not a car for winning arguments on a spreadsheet, and that's the whole beautiful point. This car is a rebellion against the idea that faster is always better. It's proof that the quality of the experience is so much more important than the quantity of performance. It's not about how fast you get from A to B, it's about making that journey something you'll never forget. Singers, everything is important. Philosophy isn't just about the fancy trim or the woven leather, it's about the importance of feedback, of balance, of a machine that works as one with the person driving it. It proves that when you obsess over every single detail that makes driving feel good, the raw numbers become completely and wonderfully irrelevant. What you're left with is a car that feels special all the time. It feels special screaming up a mountain road, and it feels special just sitting in traffic, with your hand on the shifter feeling the faint pulse of that air-cooled heart behind you. It's classic and modern, gorgeous but subtle, fast but fun, and usable but precious. It's not a car for getting somewhere quickly. It's a car for getting somewhere perfectly. If you believe in the art of driving, tell me what you think in the comments. Are there any other cars out there that put feeling ahead of figures? And if you enjoyed this little celebration of the analog experience, maybe subscribe for more stories about the cars that really matter. Thanks for watching.